History is like a book with many chapters. Germany had two really important chapters in the 1800s and 1900s, the Second Reich and the Third Reich. These two times, only about 20 years apart, were very different. One was a time of growing stronger and coming together, the other a scary example of what happens when bad ideas and a really strong government take over. The Second Reich, also called the German Empire, started after Germany won a war against France in 1871. Lots of smaller German states joined together, led by Prussia. This time, with a smart leader named Otto von Bismarck, saw Germany get richer, build more factories, and become important in the world. Germany went from lots of little states to one big, powerful country. But after World War I, things went bad. The Second Reich ended, and a new government called the Weimar Republic had lots of problems. This is when the Nazi Party, led by Adolf Hitler, started to get popular. They took advantage of the bad economy and the weak government to take over, starting the terrible time of the Third Reich. The Third Reich, based on hating certain groups of people, loving the military, and a bad idea called National Socialism, caused World War II. The Holocaust, the killing of 6 million Jewish people, is something we must never forget. It shows how terrible things can happen when one person or group has too much power. This video will look at how the Second and Third Reichs began and ended, and what happened during those times. By learning about these two different times, we can see how important peace is, how dangerous bad ideas can be, and why we need to protect our freedoms. 1871 was a super important year for Germany. It's when all the smaller states joined together to become one big country, the German Empire. This happened because Prussia won a war against France thanks to a very smart but tough leader named Otto von Bismarck. He was really good at playing different countries against each other and winning wars. His big goal was to make one strong Germany, led by Prussia. Even though the war in Europe wasn't quite over, the German Empire, also called the Second Reich, officially started on January 18, 1871, at a fancy palace in France called Versailles. This showed everyone that there was a new, powerful country in Europe, and things were going to change. Germany, with its new factories and strong army, was going to be important. The leader of this new country was Kaiser Wilhelm I, the King of Prussia. But the real boss was Otto von Bismarck, who became the Chancellor. He made all the important decisions. Bismarck, called the Iron Chancellor because he was so tough, led Germany in its early years. He was very good at dealing with other countries. Inside Germany, Bismarck tried to make the Catholic Church less powerful and make everyone feel more German. He also made some good changes like letting all men vote and creating a system to help people when they get sick or old. Bismarck believed in realpolitik, which means doing whatever is best for your country, even if it's not always nice. He made deals with other countries like Austria-Hungary and Italy to make Germany stronger. Bismarck changed Germany from many small states into one big, powerful empire. He was smart, and Germany's growing factories and army made it one of the most important countries in Europe. This set the stage for the big events that would happen in the 1900s. When Germany became one country during the Second Reich, its economy and factories grew like crazy. Germany had lots of natural resources, smart workers, and a government that helped businesses. The country became modern and built new technology very quickly. Germany made more things than even Great Britain, becoming a really rich country. The government helped build lots of railroads, which connected different parts of the country and made it easier to move things around. This helped the economy grow even more, created new jobs, and made it easier for people to talk to each other and trade things. But even though Germany was getting richer, not everyone was happy. Lots of people moved from the countryside to big cities like Berlin, Hamburg, and the Ruhr Valley to find work. This made the cities crowded and dirty, and many workers didn't have good lives. They didn't get paid much, worked long hours, and lived in bad conditions. A political party called the Social Democrats started to get popular because they wanted better things for workers. Bismarck saw that the workers were unhappy, so he made some big changes to help them. He created programs like health insurance, accident insurance, and money for people when they get too old to work. Bismarck was smart. He let businesses do what they wanted but also helped people in need. This is how Germany began taking care of its people. The Second Reich made Germany rich and powerful, but it also showed the difference between the rich people and the poor workers. Section 4. Trouble Brewing, from Versailles to the Weimar Republic. After World War I, Germany was a mess. The economy was bad and the government was weak. This made it easy for dangerous ideas to spread. The Weimar Republic, the new government, tried to make things better, but it was really hard. In all this trouble, a political party called the National Socialist German Workers' Party, or Nazis, started to get popular. They said they could make Germany great again. People were desperate, so they listened to the Nazis. The Third Reich, when Adolf Hitler was in charge, was a terrible time. The government hurt and killed many people. The Holocaust, when 6 million Jewish people were killed, is one of the worst things that has ever happened. The Third Reich shows us how dangerous it is when one person or group has too much power and hates other people. It's important to remember this terrible time in history so we can learn from it. If we remember what happened, we can try to make a future where everyone is safe and treated with respect. We need to teach people about the past so that terrible things like this never happen again. Together we can make the world a better, kinder place.